right, we are live. So today we are going to talk about, just going to talk about some story time really. We're going to get into gallbladder issues. All right, so we are live. Upgraded a few things here. I've got the little lower third thing and separate camera view over here as well. So just testing out different things, but I think I got the sound figured out finally. So I just had to mute this mic on this camera so that wasn't causing the interference. So if you do hear something, let me know in the comments. But I'm just trying out a new format, got lots of things going on. Exciting news, I've actually got a new acupressure ebook out, and if you were wondering how acupressure works or just wanted some more information on acupressure, what it is, I've got a free ebook out. It's right in that link in the bio. If you're watching on Facebook Live, it's in the Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the link as well once this video replay is up. So if you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And it's been exciting. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. And pretty much, yeah, it's a great ebook. It's my first one, so there's probably going to be some spelling grammar mistakes. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a writer, but I just wanted to get it out there to help more people as well. They're pretty much the top 7 points that I use in clinic pretty much on a daily basis, and the most powerful points that if you guys have ever heard of that 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time will depend, and 80% of the results depend on 20% of the things that you do. And in clinic, I see myself using the same points over and over again. So those are the top 7 points. If you're interested in that ebook, check out the link in the description below or click in my bio as well. So I thought I'd just spend today talking about a bit of digestive issues. Particularly, I was doing an interview with my mentor, Jimmy, the other day, and he asked me about acupressure or some things I've seen in clinic, and it was quite interesting because I just thought of a lady that came in probably about 2 years ago into the clinic, and she had the severe pain. She was just keeled over, and I asked her if she was all right. She's like, no, I can't walk. And I was like, okay, you got to go to the emergency room. Like, this is not a clinic thing. You should go to, because what happened was she had the severe bloating pain, but it was referring from her shoulder, from her stomach, lower abdomen as well, and that usually is a telltale sign of gallbladder attack, gallstone attack as well. So we've seen it in clinic several times, and it's that the referral pain. I was like, oh, and I asked her, what did you eat? And she's like, oh, well, that's the thing. I've been drinking a bottle of wine. I've been getting drunk every night for the past 6 or 7 nights, and I've just been eating really bad. And I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, all right, this really sounds like a gallstone attack. You got to go to the hospital. Unfortunately, you may need to get your gallbladder removed. And she's like, no, I don't want to get my gallbladder removed, and I just don't, can you help me? And I was like, well, all right, so I can see what I can do, but if your eyes turn yellow, if your liver starts to fail, this is definitely a medical emergency. So I am not condoning this. I'm not saying do acupressure for gallstones or in case of a medical emergency. I'm just telling this just for story time. She pretty much refused to go to the ER, and she asked me, okay, what can you do? And I said, well, okay, here's the thing. Let's just test out an acupressure point, see if this helps. So asked her to give me her knee and say, I did a point called gallbladder 34. So in Chinese medicine, there's literally a point. It's actually called gallbladder. So right on the inside, I don't know if I don't know if you guys see my hairy legs, but anyway, it's right on the outside of your knee. If you Google search GB34 or gallbladder point, that actually is a point. That's how I found out it works for gallstone attacks. I started stimulating it on the right side of her leg, and probably within a couple minutes, her pain started to subside, actually. She's like, oh, I actually start to feel better. But I still told her, hey, listen, I still think this is a medical emergency. Keep monitoring it over the next couple of days. If your eyes start to turn yellow, if you start to, it's just getting worse, go to the ER right away. And I called her the next day. She's like, hey, actually, that pain is actually calmed down. So we actually did a course of treatments over the next 8 treatments, along with dietary adjustments. She was actually able to hold off on the gallbladder surgery. As of today, I haven't heard from her, but when I last saw her, she was fine. She wasn't having the gallstone attacks anymore. Her eyes didn't turn yellow, and she was able to avoid the gallbladder surgery. So yay, that was a win for her. Because the thing with gallbladder surgery is a lot of times it's misdiagnosed. So sometimes people can have small stones, but unless it's scratching on the gallbladder wall and your gallbladder is completely infected, then that's when you're at risk. That's when you have to get your gallbladder removed. But oftentimes, maybe it's not clear on the scan. People go in, they get their gallbladders removed, and yet they still have the pain, which is it's kind of crazy. So they're in the same pain they were before, but yet now they don't have a gallbladder. So yes, it's true you don't need a gallbladder to live. Well, what happens is your liver takes the place of the gallbladder, but what they don't tell you is because you don't have a gallbladder, then your liver has to pick up the slack. And even though your liver has over 300 to 500 different functions, I have to go look that up to confirm, but definitely over 300 functions, it picks up the slack from the gallbladder. What your gallbladder does is it makes bile to help you break down food. So what happens is the liver ends up breaking down the food, and over time as you get older, then that, say people are on heavy medications, blood pressure medications, cholesterol medications, different things like that, then your liver has to pick up all that slack, and pretty soon you're at risk for other problems with the liver. So yes, you can live without a gallbladder, but if you believe in God, I don't know if you guys out there believe in God, but I believe that you have it for a reason. There's a reason why you have these organs. They say you don't need an appendix. They say you don't need a spleen. They say you can live without a gallbladder. Yes, you can, but are you optimal? Are you as healthy as you can be? That's a question I don't know. But I'm imagining if whoever created us, you have a gallbladder for a reason. So if you can keep it, definitely try to keep it, but take good care of it. Again, that being said, if you have gallstones, if you have a gallbladder attack, it is a medical emergency. Do not go to your acupuncture clinic. They most likely won't accept you. They won't take you. But if you're looking for some pain relief in the interim before surgery, or you would like, just Google this point real quick, gallbladder 34 or gallbladder point in Chinese, and then / Chinese medicine. Usually that's my best advice, but again, as I always say, acupressure it's just one piece of the puzzle. It's not going to cure it. It's not going to cure your cholecystitis. That is a medical emergency. The best advice is to avoid inflammatory foods such as alcohol, oily food, overly processed foods, spicy foods, things like that. All the bad processed foods, pretty much. Anything that tastes good, pretty much. But then that's the thing, though. I think the marketing has tricked majority of us into thinking that if it tastes good, then it must be bad for you. Actually, there are plenty of healthy foods out there that taste really good. I've been getting into vegan cooking, close to vegetarian. I would call myself a pescatarian. I do eat seafood still. I still eat eggs as well, but I've cut out pretty much 99% of the meat in our diet. So our entire family is pretty much meat-free. And it's actually a lot easier than I thought it'd be. Initially, I thought it would be a lot more challenging, but actually, probably in about 2-3 weeks, we were heading toward that way anyway. We were very close to meat-free anyway from the beginning. It was just, we ended up watching a documentary on Netflix. It's called, what was that documentary called? What the Health. After we saw that, I saw this image of the pigs being on the conveyor belt, and the person that oversees that, he sees this pig, he has like this big pus ball over it, the carcass of the pig, and what he does is he takes a skewer and he just kind of pokes it, and it just explodes, all this pus comes out, and he goes, oh, back on the line. And that was actually the image in my head, I had ingrained in my head. I think every time I eat pork or meat, I have that envisioned pus in my mind. I'm eating the carcass of a dead pig that has pus coming out of it, so there's no way that can be good for your body. So I'd say 99% cut out meat. I will have meat probably once or twice a month now, but that depends on the day. I don't have meat cravings, so a lot of people do tell me the main objection is, where do I get my protein from? You actually can get quite a bit of protein from seaweed And your veggies as well. They're very high in protein, probably if not more protein than what you normally get. So cauliflower, kale is a big good source of protein as well. So if you do a quick Google search and compare, I think a lot of it is in your mind and from marketing as well. And I completely understand because that's what I used to think. I used to think vegan or vegetarian or not eating meat equated to feeling weak and tired and dizzy. But I think as a nation, as a society, I would say we're more overfed than underfed, if anything. If this was the 40s or the 50s or the Cultural Revolution or where people were literally starving to death or the Jewish Holocaust, and I would say, okay, you need all the meat, you need anything you can get. But nowadays, due to the advent of modern society, you can get food from anywhere, meat from anywhere. I can order meat from Chile, from Australia, from America, anything I want, from China. So because of the mass production, we're actually overfed than underfed. Another good question people always ask me when people ask me about diet is, where do I get my calcium from? So seaweed is a great source of calcium. I was talking to our nutritionist at Vive the other day, and she was saying how nutrition, you can get lots of calcium from seaweed and even alternative sources as well. And another thing is people don't want to give up milk. They say, oh, well, I have to have cow's milk. Milk does a body good. Actually, upon further research and reading, milk actually does not do a body good. And it's meant for a baby calf that's supposed to grow over 200 pounds in less than 6 months. So yes, it will make you grow faster, but hear me out here. It will actually speed up the aging process. So yes, you do get old, you get bigger faster, but you also get older faster. So you're not trying to get old, because what happens when you get old? You pretty much die faster. So what they found is milk actually causes gut inflammation, and pretty much imagine if you're drinking milk, you're drinking mucus pretty much. People with nasal problems, skin allergies, things like gas, bloating. I actually happen to be Asian, so I'm lactose intolerant, but I like to drink milk anyway, and that's as soon as I stopped drinking milk, I noticed a few of my symptoms went away as well. So that's my little spiel about milk and going 99% vegan, I'd say 95-ish to be fair, to be completely transparent. So if you're still watching this video, make sure to subscribe, guys. That's it for today, and check out the free ebook. So we've got courses coming out. I'm working on a project with my mentor as well. It's going to be called Achieve Wealth on Demand, and it's going to be a website where we get health experts from all around the world, and just to give you the most clinical and up-to-date but also effective medicine that we can think of. So that's not just limited to acupressure, but also Chinese medicine. We're going to have modules on diabetes, 30-day get your health back nutritional advice as well. So stay tuned for that. That's pretty exciting. So I will see you guys in the next one.